Thank you, Anna. Well, our friend Terry LeBlanc from Swampfox Bookstore in Marion is back to give us the details on an upcoming Meet the Author event. We also want to find out what else is going on there at Swampfox. Welcome back.
Well, thank you. Good morning.
So tell us about the event coming up.
Sure. So on March 27th, we have an event with Hannah Morrissey, and she'll be in conversation with local author Heather Gudenkauf to talk about the upcoming book in Hannah's new series, or in Hannah's series, the Black Harbor series, which is the Lucky Ones, which comes out on March 25th.
Okay. Can you tell us about the author a little bit?
Yeah. So Hannah is originally here from the Midwest, from Wisconsin. Her book is set in a fictional town called Black Harbor. Hazel is in book 1. She is a transcriber and starts to help the police solve crimes. And in book 4, which comes out later this month, she is forced to return to Black Harbor after her ex-husband is murdered.
Oh, well. How does she feel about that, I wonder?
There's some mixed feelings there about her ex-husband, but also the cop that she sort of had a relationship with when she was living there.
Okay. So this is a series.
Yes, it is.
Does she have more planned after this?
I'm not sure. We'll have to find out.
Okay.
Good question to ask her during the event.
Yeah.
So.
What can people expect at these events?
They're really low-key, casual events. People shouldn't be afraid or embarrassed about attending the events. It's a great way to meet other bookworms and people that like to read suspense, in this case, suspense thrillers, because both Heather and Hannah write suspense thrillers, and also to kind of get some insight into the creative process. What does it take to write a book, especially a series, because there's a lot of facts and things to remember from book 1 to book 4 in this case.
Right. Well, I always think when I'm reading, like, how are they keeping track of everything going on? And
I know.
How are they organizing this in their brains? So
another good question to ask.
Series. Yeah. I know, that is a good question. I might have to ask that. Tell us about Heather.
So Heather is from here in Iowa. We've done several events with her. She's really well known in the suspense thriller realm. Her book came out last year called Everyone is Watching, so she'll be talking about that, and I'm guessing we might hear some details about her book that comes out later this fall as well. So excited to hear about that, but also to hear the similarities and the differences between how Hannah works and how Heather works, because every author has a different approach to how they write books.
Yeah. And different approach, I imagine how they organize. How they
yes.
Seriously, every time that's what I think about. How are they keeping this straight?
I know. How do they come up with the ideas,
that's
right?
True, yeah.
A transcriber overhearing a crime and getting involved in it, and then by the time we're in book 4, Hazel, the main character, has become an author, and so is Hannah writing from home and experiences. So it'll be exciting to find out.
And then they make it realistic too. I'm like, well, they're just much more smarter than I am. So, what else are you reading right now?
I just started yesterday The 40-Year Kiss by Nicholas Butler, another Midwest author. It's a romance. He dedicated the book to actually Nora Ephron, who's known for her rom-coms in the 90s, and it's about a divorced couple that is exploring their relationship 40 years after their divorce. So, and whether that will work out or not. I'm only about 100 pages in, but it's interesting so far, because it is two older people that fell in love in the 80s, fell out of love, got divorced, and are they going to find their way back to each other or not?
Oh, yeah, reconnecting after how many years and decades?
Exactly.
Yeah. What's your favorite genre of book?
I love a little bit of everything, but historical fantasy and historical fiction are two of my favorites, and I especially like when the two get blended together. So The 10,000 Hours of January and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue are two of my favorites from recent years.
Okay. What else? Do you have other events coming up? What else is going on?
We do. So if you are a suspense thriller person, in April, Heather is going to be coming back with 2 other Midwest authors, Joshua Moling, who writes the Ben Packard series. Josh is from Minneapolis, St. Paul area. His books are set in northern Minnesota and Lake Country. And Matt Goldman, who is from Minnesota as well, but has roots in Iowa, who writes suspense thrillers, but he has standalones as well as a series, will be here on April 17th. So Thriller Thursday is what I've said that one is. So that's
Thriller Thursday.
Thriller Thursday in April. So after your tax is done, hopefully they haven't shocked you too much, you can come see us at the Marion Public Library with those 3 authors.
Yeah, that could be a thriller in and of itself. So I've never been to an author event, so I'm going to have to come to one, because I think it's it seems like a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun. Like I said, you have the opportunity to ask the authors questions, meet other meet other bookworms. There's no obligation to buy a book. If you are inspired to buy a book, we will have the books for sale at all of our events, and when we are at the library, 10% of our sales are donated back to the library as a thank you for being in our community, and thank you for letting us use their space.
Tell everybody once again where and when the book.
Sure. So Hannah and Heather's event is on Thursday, March 27th at the Marion Public Library at 6 p.m.
Okay. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm going to have to start reading some of these.
Yes.
Think about the questions I'm going to ask.
Exactly.
So many of them.
Very many.
Well, coming up, we have a little challenge coming up with Justin. A little welcome back for him. It's a host challenge. You'll have to find out what that is right here in Everyday Iowa.